Hello. All right. So today we're going to talk what we need to do to get more scoring. When we start losing games by 1 or 2 points or only winning by 1 or 2 points, clearly we need to focus more on attacking and controlling the puck in their end. One of the way to do that is to focus a little bit on either dump and chase or cycling. The whole idea with either of these is when you don't have space and time, you have to create space and time. You need to get a little bit of space so that way you can look for a pass, you can find an open seam, and you can attack the net. All right, so this might be a typical setup. We've got the puck chipped up forward to here to F1. F1's got the puck and he's going to start skating up with it. Depending upon what's happening, if it's a one-on-one, then here might be the time where you want to try to dump the puck up, skate around, skate through the player. But what often happens is as we move forward, maybe this player is here, got the puck with F1. Eventually the defense will step up a little bit. Maybe the centerman will come down here and now we've got an odd player. We might have somebody kind of catching up here, F2 and F3 coming into the play somewhere. But what we see here is between the puck carrier and the net, we have 1, 2, or maybe even 3 guys. Maybe the defense is backing off a little bit, but now this puck carrier's got to go through 2 guys. So what often happens is F1 will carry the puck closer and closer along the boards. These guys come down on top of them, and then we end up losing the puck and neutralize. Or if we're lucky, maybe we bounce the puck off here. But the only problem is you don't give a lot of space, even in this little diagram, trying to get around that X. More often than not, X will grab the puck and then they return the puck, and we've got a transition in the neutral zone. We don't want that. So to start with, if we're getting better at this thing, what we need to do is stop going up right tight along the boards, move up a little bit. And if you get to the point where you're here, then you can bounce and you got a little space, or you can move to one side or the other. As soon as you go along the boards, you're taking away that space. So instead, what could happen here, maybe what should happen here, is we do a lift that puck or bounce it off high and dump it straight in here, not towards the goalie, but straight in here, and let the puck kind of just sit. And at that time, it becomes a foot race between you and the other players. Now, this defensive player is skating backwards at this time, or maybe trying to turn around and catch up with you. So you want to try to dump it in there and go get the puck in the corner. When that happens, this is where the second player needs to be coming in and forming a triangle. The third person forms this triangle high, something like this. And so depending upon where this defenseman goes, if the defenseman goes to the net or attacks, we have a couple of different options. But instead of losing the puck up here and the puck coming back at us, we're at least now at their end by dumping it and chasing it. So if you see a 1-to-1, fight through it, get away from the boards. If you see 2 people on you, or if you're starting to lose the puck, dump it flat against the board so it sits there, and then you have to do a foot chase. Once we get here nice, we have a nice attack triangle going, so we have some options. If the defenseman is right on F1, that actually plays into our hands. Rather than trying to fight through this person to the goal, again, this is a bad angle shot. There's not a good shot between here and here. Maybe there is a good pass, and if you can do that, that's fine. But odds are we have this player coming down defending there, or even worse, another person coming down sitting here. So what do we do? Well, this is where we want to think about something called cycling. All right. So we take F1 and they start skating up with the puck. As soon as you see something like that happen, because down here, you got people getting in the way, and just a wild shot's not going to help. So the options are skating up this way, and odds are at this point, there's some space for you to do that. When you see this, F2, which by now should be down here low, needs to come down and follow behind in the supporting position. The receiver, which would ultimately in this cycling be called F2, should yell, just cycle. We don't need to hide this because we're not at a level where if they hear cycle, they'll know what to do. But what happens is most of the defenders are going to retreat back to the net, and there'll be a defense player up here, usually high. So now we have some space. So again, what happened is the first player being cut off by this defender said, fine, I'll keep the puck and I'll skate with it up here, protecting the puck from that person. Odds are this person, if they're going to follow you like this, that actually plays this player needs to recognize right away and come down here low and start skating behind. Not too close. You want to give a bit of a gap. And that's at that point where F2 yells cycle. When they cycle, you want to bounce the puck off the board. But you want to do that when you get about at or above the hash mark. Skate up a little bit. Bring that defender with you. Watch this defender come down. Right? They're all going to choke on you. When the F3 sees and hears cycle, when he sees F2 coming down, if we want to win these games, we can't be staring at the puck the whole time. F3 has got to be looking what's going around them. When F3 starts seeing what looks like a cycle, then they need to go down low, either in the front post or over here on the far post, maybe a little bit high, somewhere in this area. Opening up depends on where their other defender is. Get in front of their defender. If the defender's here, go over here, right? So now we've still got the triangle. We hear F2 yell cycle. F1 bounces it hard, doesn't lay it, doesn't drop it, but bounces it back. And you want to send a grenade back there. You want to keep it on the ice so that F2 can pick up the puck. When that happens, F1 immediately cuts through the seam and sits high. Now look at this. We've drawn D over here or sitting here. F2 has got a pass, another pass. If this defender or if this forward went here, then F2 can skate up and make a shot on net, pass to 3. If this player comes down here, you can pass here and shoot. So I'm going to do this again. All right, so we started here with a dump and chase. The puck went down to the end. All right, let's get rid of the defenders now so we can make it cleaner. F1 comes into the zone, picks up the puck. F2 automatically goes to the net, finds a place away from the defense. F3 is probably me huffing and puffing, trying to get back into the play. All right, we're in a good shape here. Assuming that F1 can't directly go to the net, the first player with the puck is going to start skating along up the ice, trying to either see where that defender goes. Does the defender drop back to the net or follow them up here? Either way, F2's got to yell cycle and immediately come down like this. F3 then goes to them and takes their place. We're cycling in a cycle, right? F1 here, cycle, drop, give me the puck, whatever. Bounces it off. You don't want to leave it on the board, hard to pick up. Bounces it off the boards on the ground for F2. F1 then flies over here. Odds are this player is going to go with him. That's going to give F2 a chance to start skating up, pass or shot, pass or pass, depending upon what the defender player gets you. So it's all about F2. F2 drives the cycle. F2 needs to see F1 in the corner, goes down, yells cycle, picks up the puck, starts going along the top here because their defender is probably sitting up here at the blue line or afraid you're coming out this way. Maybe they're pinching. Wow, fine. If they pinch, guess what? F1's going to be open. All right. Circle around, make that shot, make that pass. Cycling. Let's go get them, guys.